I think I'm live. Shoot. Okay. So this is my first live stream. I've been meaning to do this since the beginning of January, but I've been caught up in so many uh, different business situations, so I wasn't able to do it. So right now I'm just streaming on two platforms. So I got my YouTube going and I got my Instagram over here going. So you all on Instagram, if you haven't seen my channel yet, then it's called 9 Star Niger, spelled the number 9 star, then Niger spelled 9 JA, the number 9 JA. And you can head on there. You can see the playback of this video if you would like. So that's for y'all, and then for my YouTube fans and followers, uh, I'm back once again. I appreciate y'all still sticking around and seeing what's going on in my life. So I felt it was necessary to just do another introduction to my channel since I've been MIA for so long. So there's a couple stuff that I want to talk about briefly, and I'm gonna try to make sure I'm looking at both screens at the same time. It's kind of difficult. I've never done this before, so I'm just trying to get used to it. But so I'll specifically be talking to you, my primary audience, and then I'll just be looking back and forth so I can get some good eye contact. Just to let everyone know, I did launch my first book on Amazon Kindle. So it's called 4 Essential Traits to Look For When You're Dating. It's the new decade, new year, 2020. Let's not start by doing the same missteps that we did the past decade when it comes to our dating and our relationship and stuff like that. Let's really make a change so that we can get the results that we want, because no one wants to feel disappointed after spending so much time on someone and then it turns out that it doesn't work out. So if you want to check out the book on Amazon, if you just put in the title in the search bar, the number 4, and then essential traits to look for when dating, it should come up. The link is actually in my bio description of my Instagram page, so you can check that one out. You just click on the link and it will take you there. And then for you all, if you don't follow me, my YouTube followers, if you don't follow me on Instagram, definitely follow me there. It's the number 9_star_Niger. Once again, it's number 9JA. I also have my blog website that goes by 9 Star Niger. It's all spelled the same way, the number 9 star Niger, 9JA.com. So you can check that site out. I got a couple blog topics that I wrote on there that just brings up I feel certain topics that we don't really focus on. I think it's really important. So and then it gives my spiel on why I created that blog channel and everything else about that. So I'm just gonna reintroduce myself, talk about who I am, how I came to be the person that I am. Hopefully the music is not too loud. I didn't want it to sound, kind of boring. I also got my heater on, so it makes an odd noise. So that's why I put the music on. So hopefully you all can let me know if it's too loud. So I'm gonna just start with my background. I grew up in the DMV area, DC, Maryland, Virginia, specifically in Hyattsville, Maryland, PG County. So Maryland has two major counties. So you got Prince George's County, and then you got Montgomery County. Montgomery County is one of the richest counties in the country, and then Prince George's County is actually the richest black county in the U.S. So, but anyways, the area that we were living at, my whole family was in Hyattsville, and whole family includes my mother, my dad, and I got an older brother by two years. As far as my parents, my dad is Nigerian, born and raised Osun State, Yoruba side. And then later on, he relocated down to Lagos, Nigeria. So this is all on the west side. My mom is from Benin, so it's just the country right over. The family migrated over to Lagos just because there was more opportunities back then. Nigeria is a huge economy. Compared, it's the biggest economy in Africa. So anyway, so family moved over there to the Lagos side, and my parents met in Nigeria, and then my dad came first over to the U.S., and then my mom followed, had me, or had my brother, then had me, and that's where I am today. As far as the culture, only thing I could say growing up with the culture that I learned was the Nigerian food. So just like any traditional Nigerian mom, fufu, stew, all the essential foods, moi moi, she will prepare for me and my brother. Jollof rice. So funny thing, growing up as a kid, I didn't really understand. How she was calling the name jollof rice. I thought she was saying jelly rice because I don't know, for whatever reason, it was spicy as hell. But that's just what I went with. So later on, I found out it was jollof rice. So yeah, so we got the food. I already knew about the food, the eba, and all that, other other stews and African meals that she will make, and that was really about it. She didn't, or I guess her and my dad didn't really go into the culture of Nigeria. I didn't really learn much from them, unfortunately. The language I didn't learn. Uh, I guess they was just too busy taking care of bills that they didn't feel it was really mandatory and necessary to like tell me about the background and where they came from, and it's a sad thing, but it is what it is, and now I'm trying to learn. So uh, I I still trying to learn. So I've been trying to learn Yoruba for so long. I know it's a little bit tricky. It's a tonal language, and I think once I get to that stage and I actually can speak it conversationally, I'll probably make like a course or something where I can teach others, and then just maybe like a 6 month type course where people can learn. But as far as beginning to know more about Nigeria, so I went to 4 different universities. Uh, let's see. The majority of my learning about Nigeria came from Wayne State University. So when I was up there, is in Detroit, Michigan. Met a great group of Africans known as the Wayne African Student Society. So shout out to them. They put me on in all the music and just the culture. We had a culture event there, so that was definitely cool to attend and go to, and just listening to P Square and One Day Code. Like I never heard any of these people before, so it was just it was a nice cultural experience that I was never able to get from my parents. So that was cool. Learned about learned about the Jollof Wars. I didn't know it was a real big thing to like talk about different Jollof varieties in West Africa. So it was big up there. This is around 2009. So that's when it was really talking about it and going into it. Fashion. So we had a fashion show when I was in Wayne State, and just seeing all the different dances, all the different outfits. I've seen this as a kid growing up, but just different varieties. Just exposing me to all this culture that I just don't get in America, obviously. So it was definitely cool to see that. And then of course the parties. So even as a kid, so whenever someone got married, there was a lot of weddings. So me and my brother would go to the parties, and we'd just sit there with all the other kids, and we'll watch all the grown people dance, and we'll just laugh, and it was a fun time. But I think like subconsciously it was like soaking in the dance moves, because even now to this day, some of the moves that I remember seeing them do as a kid, like I would incorporate it into my own style. So it was a nice cultural experience. I definitely enjoyed it, and then just having it being reintroduced to me when I'm in college, and I'm just the networking, and specifically in Detroit was definitely cool. I said, continuing on the realization of my ignorance on Nigeria. So I was getting ready to go to Nigeria for the first time. I went to Nigeria as an well, my first time was 2017, and the year prior to that, I was really trying to soak up the culture, understand what's going on, how what they're about, and I thought it was just the flags flying, and then of course the food, and then the parties, and that was. I know there's like corruption, but I didn't know to what extent it was. So I just started. I was trying to learn more about it. So the way I did it was just go on YouTube, look at interviews that they were doing, what really stood out to me, and just fast forwarding. This is the year when I was going to Nigeria. I would look. It was around Independence Day, Nigeria's Independence Day, October 1st, and I remember I was looking at the street interviews that the regular people were having over there, and one by one, the interviewer would ask the person, "Okay, what are you gonna do to celebrate Nigeria's independence?" And then everyone said this, pretty much said the same thing, like, "What are we celebrating? We don't have no food. We don't have no shelter. There's crime. The government isn't doing anything. They're taking our money. Like, what the hell are we celebrating?" And I was like, "Oh shit!" I had to stand, just fall back, and I had to kind of realize, like, shit, I'm like privileged, right? Like, I guess I was understanding, like, realizing my own privilege in this country, while we're out here, going to the Niger parties and events, and we're just enjoying ourselves and doing whatever, repping Nigeria, have the flag and stuff like that. The people that are actually in Nigeria are suffering, and I didn't know anything about it. So it just really opened up my eyes to uh, just the suffering that's happening to my people right now, and it also prepared my mind for what I was going to see once I got there. Now, when I got there, it was an experience that I will never forget. I loved it. I didn't think I'll love it so much, but I made videos on it, and you can all check it out. So just to recap for anyone that's joining, uh, I'm doing this video as a reintroduction for my YouTube family. Just explain who I am, what this channel is about. I've been on a hiatus for so long. I felt it was, just out of respect, I should just talk about why I'm doing all this work and why I got my blog channel at 9starniger.com, and my social media accounts, and why I'm trying to really be active, especially for this decade. 2020 is really, I'm really trying to go and be consistent with my goals. So anyways, continuing on, so what led me to the creation of this channel was just going back to what I experienced when I was younger, as far as just a young adult. A lot of the information that I see out on Nigeria was just the same. Either it was about corruption or it was about entertainment. The music, were definitely great in music. Movies, Nollywood, we're definitely good in that. But I didn't really see into any intellectual content being put out there. So just something that talks about, okay, how to invest, or business strategies, or what can Nigerians in the diaspora do to actually have their input in the dealings in Nigeria. Like, I just didn't see any type of conversations that I can learn from. A lot of, if it came close to that, it was usually like BBC, or like these other white publications that will talk about Nigeria. And I mean, honestly, you a big grain of salt. Sometimes you just gotta throw it off as more propaganda, and it's just like, I don't know. I just don't see enough of our people talking about the stuff that really matters. So my goal for this channel is to basically increase quality of life for the inhabitants in Nigeria, for what they're going through. They've been suffering too long. I do believe that us in the diaspora are the solution. We cannot rely on the politicians, the people that are there in Nigeria, to solve this problem. They have showed that they failed completely, and it's a damn shame that they're not doing more to reach out to us in the diaspora that is educated, understand what works. We've been in a system that is efficient. They don't reach out, and they just recycle their own people. And it's like they keep, I don't know, it's like they get surprised why they have the same. They keep getting the same results. It's madness, really, and it's frustrating. So I just said to myself, I made my trips to Nigeria a couple times. I was like, you know what, damn, like we can't keep complaining about foreigners coming in and taking the wealth when we're not doing, we're not having an active role in making sure it doesn't happen. So that's the basis of me just doing everything that I'm doing. So what to expect from this channel? So I definitely, the commentary on social issues, business. Business. I'm a business owner. I have two businesses. I love commerce. I love just strategizing. I love that shit. Like, to me, it's really important. It's powerful. If we really want to see anything really get done and things to change, we got to understand the business side of it. Like, it can't just be donations. It can't just be charitable givings. Like, I mean, that's cool, but you can't base a liberation of a country on that. It's just not going to work. And I try to study other cultures to see how they move, and I see it's working, and I'm just like, what, we're smarter than them. There should be no reason why we don't have 10 times, 100 times more than what they're doing, and we got the resources as well. So yeah, I definitely want to bring that out there. So another thing, I want to start bringing I want to start interviewing people on this channel. So I don't know everything. I'm not God. I'm not the all being. So I try to utilize the network that I have, which is a lot of people, and bring them on the channel, whether it be through Zoom or even in person, and just talk about, just giving advice on their area of expertise. So one specific person that I can think of, he's a financial advisor. Definitely helped me out with my own life insurance. By the way, definitely have life insurance. If you're an adult, I mean, there's no excuse. You should have it. It's mad cheap. But I was talking to him, and he was setting me up, and I was just like, damn, like, man, this is information that should be shared out here, and then just being one of my, I see him as an elder, Nigeria. He's from Lagos as well. And he was just telling me, like, yeah, like, I'm always willing to, like, just share information, especially to my generation. So just getting different interviewers. I know a lawyer, come up with some good information, and just making it an enclave of intellectuals, just putting out that good quality, I don't know, just good quality product that can really benefit all of our lives. So that's the main thing. What I won't tolerate in my YouTube channel is just blatant disrespect in the comments. Now, I'm sure we're all adults. Like, you could try to handle your own in the comments, but just from looking at other YouTube channels, it can get messy. And that's probably when if need be, if it's really serious, then I'll just start deleting comments. But I do want us to gauge in the chat room and really talk about what we feel, feedback, for me, because I'm also going to read it as well. And if it's, if I can learn something from someone else, then I'll implement it in my upcoming videos, and also in my blog channel, 9starniger.com. Once again, the number 9 the number 9ja.com, 9starniger. So I can make blog topics about that as well. So, but yeah, I just don't want to do with the bickering, debating on issues that are not going to get us anywhere, i.e. religion. Definitely not gonna have those conversations in the chat room, and really anything else that just stops us from growth. So, all right, let's see. So once again, I pretty much explained the channel, who I am. If you want to, for the people on Instagram, if you want to see what I was talking about from the very beginning, then just go over to my YouTube channel. So that's 9star Niger with an exclamation mark, spelled the same way. The number 9star 9JA, exclamation mark, and you can go over to YouTube and you can see the whole video. Let's see if and in YouTube you just heard what I said. I'm also on Twitter. I just got it started, so same thing. On Twitter, it's 9_star_Niger. The same way as my Instagram handler. So you can check me out on Twitter, and then of course I already talked about my website, 9starniger.com. Uh, Definitely, if you have any feedback for me, let me know. Just write in a comment. I'll appreciate that. I'm always willing to learn. And thank you all for just joining my first live stream. And I'm out.